Hey guys, good evening and welcome to the first stream of the spring tournament season. I have 32 streams planned in total for this whole season, but it is a long season, so we've plenty of time to watch a lot of games together. So basically, let me know if the sound is alright. I'm going to take you straight to here because we already have a room for our first matchup. Tonight we are going to be streaming Legion, none other than Legion, so that's gonna be epic. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens. To be fair, I'm not expecting at all any serious gameplay tonight, because this is the tournament where people can get tickets. So it's not even a ticketed tournament yet. We get those on Saturday. But we should have a lot of fun regardless, and we just should feel sorry for some of the teams we are going to be meeting, because the team that we are meeting now, as far as I saw, they have no player above 50%, and then you're up against Legion to start with, so that is kind of brutal. But we'll see how it goes, and we're just going to have fun with it. We are starting off in about 3 minutes, and I'm not going to show you the map. You all know Castilla, and at this point it's not all that interesting, to be fair, to be going over the maps and expected tactics, because in this stage I expect everyone to more or less just derp around and just have fun with it. So we should have fun. Judging by the fact that we see 5 Sheridans, a T22 and a 268, Legion is taking this matchup exactly as seriously as I thought they would, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, now we have 6 Sheridans and a T22, so it should be fun. And at least it will let me rage about missiles all the more, so that's probably a good thing. I'm just checking real quick. Oh, this is funny. One of the guys is, well, it does show a mouse icon. But he should not be, he probably has one of those tablets that you can use as a computer and a touchscreen. Because otherwise he's going to go in battle and he will literally not be able to use his controls. So that's going to be very, very promising. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, Legion tonight. We are starting it off with the legends of the game. And even though the teams have changed a bit, we see players that have been in other clans before. The clan tag is still the same, and we're off to see some, well, let's go with derpy. I can't say legendary gameplay because I don't expect that at this level, but we should just have fun with it. Also, just to be aware, there's a 5-minute delay on the stream. This is so that people can't see each other's lineups, and that is to, well, basically keep it fair. Again, at this stage, I don't think it matters all that much. But to be fair, all the streams that I will be doing have a 5-minute delay. This also means that I will not be reacting to the chat as much, because by the time you actually get to hear the reply, it is 5 minutes later, so that can be quite useless. We have less than a minute left to go, and the enemy team needs to ready up at least one more player for us to get a match. And I do hope we get a match, because 6 Sheridans and now a Leo. That is going to be very derpy and very funny. So let's see how that is going to go. 30 seconds. He should not forget to ready up. He has not done so far. But if that force does not ready up, it means we get no match, and that would be very sad. And I would definitely miss out on the derp for that. 15 seconds. Come on, Fosh, you can do it. Just quickly checking OBS to make sure that everything is working as intended. 7 seconds. He's still not readied up. Come on, dude. You can do this. You got place. Oh god. Aww. I was actually looking forward to this. Oh, but now they have more players. I mean, one of them is in the Streetwagen M42, but they have more players. They still need to ready up, though. Oh my god, he's readied up. We are getting a second match in less than 2 minutes. And we will see some lovely Sheridan derp. The games are best of 3, so the first team that wins 2 matches. And Legion has already gotten 1 match in the pocket because not enough people readied up. But the team that wins 2 matches first gets to go through to the next stage. And the top 4 of these evenings will get a ticket, and that will allow them to participate in the matches on Saturday. Now again, I'm not really concerned about Legion at all here. I would be very surprised and would expect like 7 magical ammo racks for the enemy team if they do not make it to the top 4. But considering the group they are in, let's see, we have Legion, 16 DPD. Czech Predators, impronounceable name but clan tag elect. We have one Phoenix with an F and a 1. Basically, the clans to watch in the groups that we have, that are remotely known to me with clan tags and all, are the Legion, of course. I do know the Czech Predators. I don't think they're going to be much of an opposition. The German Legion is in this group. Stars is, and FBI is. And it would very much surprise me if you have anything other than a Legion and FBI finals this evening. So, let's see what's gonna happen. We are 30 seconds away from the first matchup. That should actually happen because more than 5 people readied up on the other side. And we should see some nice derp here. And here we go. I do have a lot of replays to show you in between things, to keep you from getting bored. I will not play for you, and that's mostly to do with that I can't play PC to save my life. And it would definitely not be healthy for this stream for me to play PC. So let's start on Castilla versus a Grill, an IS-7, a Jaeger, a Leo, a Spaghetti, and a 113, because the enemy team is taking it seriously. But look at all those Sheridans, oh my god. Yes, definitely. So let's see what is going to happen. Where are all those Sheridans going? They are sticking together. Whoops is in the lead. And they're going to be meeting 16 DPD on this side. No, they're actually all waiting in the spawn. No, they're turning around and going the other way. I wonder if they're on voice, and I wonder how much they're communicating. But Piotr in the Leo is gonna go over. He's gonna get spotted. There he goes. But no missiles being fired yet. And everyone is still full health. But Legion almost has one base. Don has been spotted. Ventium is... Ooh, that is the first shot into the Legion. Into the Grill. By the Leo. Not even a Sherry. Piotr is still full health. Well, I was gonna say all of Legion is still full health, but not anymore. But there goes Piotr. There goes the Grill. Piotr is almost gone. One more shot and he will be finished. No, they're actually keeping him alive. Firstborn wanted to kill. And we have the rest of 16 DPD here in the corner. The Spaghetti showing his flank to the enemy like a true pro. The Jaeger not really able to do much damage. Ooh, that's a nice shot, but it was a derpy shot, only 500 damage, which is very low for a Jaeger. There goes the Jaeger. I have no idea what that means. But the IS-7 is going down. The 113 is driving into buildings. We have a ram happening, and there he goes, and now we have one guy left. All of Legion surviving. Surprise, surprise. They are going... I think they're gonna drown him, potentially. I can see them do that. Oh, this is mean. This is so mean, but they're gonna do it. No, they're actually killing him off with a rocket to the roof. But he could have drowned there. And there we go. Done. Yes. These are the kind of games I expect tonight. Oh my lord. I have no idea what I just received, but I'll check it out later. This is the first matchup that we got. And this was like epic. Even though we had some drownings and and all. Pretty fast game, just over 2 minutes. And that is the first matchup. So that was like, yes, thank you. Okay. I like the gold box idea, to be fair. Not this size, but I like the gold box idea. I have no idea what I'm gonna get on my main account. Haven't tried it. But yeah, this is the this was the first matchup of today. Yeah, let's just have a quick look when the net matchup is. Chart. We are in. We need to scroll down quite a bit because we're in one of the. I think we're in group 8, 7, somewhere there. There's plenty of players today, and I actually quite like that. There we are. Let's see. We are going to go to Newbane next in, well, nearly half an hour. 26 minutes, so that's going to be very promising. Okay, let's just show you some replays and see how it goes. Hello everyone that has tuned in, by the way. This was definitely a way to start. And definitely a way to bring the joy into the tournaments, because as much as I like proper competitive gameplay, and there's nothing more beautiful than two epic teams facing off against each other, playing around with each other, trying to read each other's minds. At the same time, when you get to the beginning of this tournament, matches like this where it's just derpy and funny is for me a great way to start the tournament. So thank you for that. We're gonna see what is going to go, how everything is going to go in about half an hour when we get the second matchup. In the meantime, just quickly checking a PM. Thank you. Dwarf is always so kind to let me know how the game volume and everything is, and he just let me know that it's fine. So that gives me, that actually makes it very relaxing for me to just continue. I am streaming the EU server right now. In the weekend, I'll also stream Asia and NA, but not during the week. And we're gonna see. It's gonna be great fun. I do expect a lot more serious gameplay in ticketed tournaments because the currency, I actually don't know what the currency is called. I'm not sure if it's even, I should probably check the other one, this one. Because I want to know the rewards. What do they get? Cups, okay. They're gonna get cups, and with those cups, they're gonna make it to the professionals later on. So, especially the first few Saturdays, we will see probably some more serious gameplay. Because if you get that advantage early with the amount of cups, it is very easy to just secure a spot in the professionals. So, let's see, what can I show you? I have a lot of great games that have been submitted. Some of them I want to save until Saturday. But let's see, I had a... God, I hate that it's actually... it's so annoying because the tank names and the map names are so different in the names of the replay. Let's see. I think I'll start you off with a... I'm actually quite interested in how this one goes because it's a stock gun replay. So let's have a look what happens. Ah, thank you, Emil. And of course we have Mod patrolling the channel as a mod. And I know that, I believe that this guy is watching. So in that way as well, I think it's nice to show this off. So he's driving the KV4, and he's driving the KV4 stock. And he's looking at the Lycan spot. I have no idea what that says, but yes, sure. I think that's actually one of the reasons I've been playing NA a little bit this week, and I just noticed so many people are chatting, like not necessarily giving directions or anything, but just chatting. And it's so weird, because it makes no sense to not focus on the game and actually be focusing on chatting. Ooh, there's a nice little run from the Bulldog. And a nice little shot there. Again, he's using the stock gun, so he's not actually... Wow, the gameplay is skipping a little bit. The replay is dodgy as hell. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun anyway. And I think it's always... I refuse to drive anything stock. Mainly because of the fact that I don't have to. I have plenty of gold and plenty of free XP, and I will always free XP my parts. But he's doing a nice job side scraping against this guy. The goose tank... No, it's not, this is not the goose. The E1 is not really looking to view him as an enemy much. Probably because he's been having trouble penning him, and there's easier targets around this time. So now with that guy out of the way, he's focusing on the glacial instead. Ignoring the Tiger P. He has to be a little bit careful. Ooh, there's a nice boar seek, but look at the... oof, he was lucky to... that did not bounce, but he was lucky to bounce the first shot, to be fair. But look at the bloom. That is just awful. There are so many things where I'm like, I'm so glad I don't drive anything stock. Because with stuff like this, I just want to... Ooh, that turret is in the way. That is a nice shot. They're all getting in each other's way now, which is not really the best way to play. Sue is turning around, making it easier for him to hit the side. The glacial is trying to get around, and he's now turning around. This is a good call. Like, on the other side he can't really get shot. He can get shots in, but he can't really get shot. But he has to help his team. So now he's just helping the Cheeto SPG, who actually bounced that. That is amazing. But now... the super Pershing is also... Now he's blocking his teammates. So that is not a good thing. Please always be aware of your teammates and where they are at. Because... right now he is relocating. And I do appreciate that. But look at this. He is literally pushing into his teammate. He's pushing his teammate into the line of fire. And... the super Pershing has not been shot for it now. Which is very lucky for the super Pershing. But if you want to play, this is not the way to play the game. He should have aimed a little bit lower, but luckily for him that did pen. And he's focusing on the guy on the other side rather than the guy straight in front of him. So overall, yes, he started with nice side scraping and all of that, but there's definitely room for improvement, especially regarding the way of playing with regards to your own teammates, because this is not how you do it. Nice little flying turret there, though. And that's an ace. It is a nice amount of damage, and I like how he tried to reposition himself and... basically how I side scraped in the beginning, because I thought he was over angled, but he got away with it. I think also because the you see the E1, he did not get a single shot in, so he was I would have expected better, because he's actually above average, but that did not show in the way he played. At the same time, we don't know the conditions of his tank, so hey Misha, hello Tuchil. Also, just want to reiterate for everyone that is with the whole world situation, stay at home, stay healthy, stay safe, and just be very careful with everyone around you. Because even if you are healthy and young and fit, people around you may not be. And a lot of people at your age that are healthy and fit don't even really realize that they carry the virus. But you can still pass it on even if you have no actual physical and health problems with it. And if you do get it, young people do get it, they do end up in the ICU and they even end up dying. So please just be careful. Even if you survive it, you can have massive scar tissue on your lungs, which is one of the dangers. Because this is not a flu, this is a lung disease. So please, 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 just be careful out there. Stay safe, stay home when you can, and stay healthy. So with that out of the way, we are going to move on to another replay. Let's see. Just saw Yui talking about Ethan. Ethan still plays. Not so much Blitz, but more PC these days, but he's still definitely hanging around, and he's still as awesome as ever. So, let's find you another replay. We still have about 10 minutes before I need to even think about the room. So, hopefully that is 2 replays. Someone asked for their gameplay in the Sherry. Let's see if I can find it, because again, the names are different here. Let's see, I have so many. I'm not sure if you're... He says, please show my Sheridan battle. I'm not sure if this is you, but this is the Sheridan battle that I have. So I'm going to show that. And of course, again, it lets me rant about missiles, so that's fine. Missiles, oh, to be fair, I adore the E1 and I adore the Sherry. I hate the missiles. I hate it that you can get shot from, or that you can make shots even, from a position where there's absolutely no risk to yourself. You don't even need to expose yourself. You don't need to even be spotted. Like the whole... Okay, he's a German sumo wrestler. Yes, thank you. You can basically hide the whole game, not be spotted, and do massive amounts of damage because of the missiles. And yes, the general population has no idea how to do trick shots. But it's not about the general population, it's more about the principle of what these tanks can do. So, yes, I adore these tanks. And I adore, basically, well, both of them, just the way that they are. I do not enjoy the missiles, and I really hope that the missiles will be removed. So now let's see, he's moving forwards a little bit, which is generally a good idea here. I always go to the other route because I like picking up over the hill that he's now driving towards. This camo does look quite nice, to be fair, but I do love the legendary camo because it's evil. He's careful with the tree. This is something that a lot of people do not realize. Oof. If you drive through a tree and a tree falls over, your enemy can see the tree fall. So you are actually giving away your position when you do that. So now he's fully aimed. The Yakti is just waiting there. That is a nice shot with a nice fire to boot. He has gotten spotted for it though, so he needs to be careful. But with them only having 1 TD, there's not much risk in getting sniped. And this is actually a lovely little hideaway hole. That Jagdtiger is a bit particular, let's use that word for it. With the way that he knows where the enemy is and then turning around. Still alive, is going down now though. And our Sherry is driving on. Let's see, he's going up. He is going up the hill. This is what I mean. I'm not sure if it will pen. He is careful. E100 is not looking his way. And that only missed because of the E100 going down. Ah, okay, he used the stock turret, not the stock gun with the KV. But hey, this is, to be fair, something I'm very not knowledgeable about. I never pay attention to... I don't know what the gun shapes look like when they're stock or when they're not stock. The only time that I ever, notice that kind of stuff is sometimes the size of the gun. But with tanks that I don't know intimately, that's generally not happening. Oof, there goes the pattern. And our Sherry is retreating. So far, the enemy team is sort of like murdering his team. There's only 2 other players left, so he kind of needs to help them. Michael, I honestly don't know if this is your Sheridan battle. I like how he's actually taking the time to make sure that he pans, because at this point it is vital that he does. Because his mouse is not going to live for very long if he doesn't. He is in a great position though. The 704 takes out the chieftain. And now they need to take out that proto. This is the kind of stuff I like that he's thinking about it. Because at this stage you see 3 players that are in front of the mouse. And 1 player that is behind. So if you take out the player behind, the mouse has a lot more options to angle properly. And at this stage, that is very vital. Like now, he went down, which is a risk because you can show the enemy your roof. But he is working to save his team here, and that's something I really appreciate. This is the way to play. You relocate based on what you can do and what your team can handle. And now we have an E1 that's gonna get shot. There you go. And we are already near 4k in. Let's see. If you want to submit a replay that is for me to use on streams. Oof, nice one. If you want to submit a replay, there is a link to my Discord server in the description of this video. Join there. I have a channel for this kind of stuff. So that is the only way that your replay will make it here, because this is not following the specific rules that I have for submitting replays that I will use in videos. For streams, I'm less selective. Selective I think is the right word. Sorry, I can't brain. Let's see if you can help, if it dispense. There you go. So let's see how this goes. But yes, join the Discord, submit your replays there. If you're in a clan that I'm streaming, your replay has basically priority, because I actually... Nice one. The replay has priority because of the fact that it's the clan that I'm showing off. E100 is not happy. Poor guy. This is actually a good thing, because the positioning on this side is so much better. And you're actually getting there unspotted. And he needs to protect his mouse. That is a nice combined shot. We are 6.6k damage in. So let's see, he's just gonna run that, and now the guy is a one shot regardless of what ammo he uses, which is a good call. But we are 7k into it already. So even if this isn't your replay, it's still a very high damage game in the Sherry. There you go, nice little bounce as well. And the mouse, to his credit, is still alive. I actually really like that. Oh, that was mean. Stealing the thunder like that. But that was an epic game. Just look at that. That is insane. To be fair, I have a feeling that games like this happen more and more often. Like, not necessarily this level of gameplay is epic. It's a whole new level. The way that he moved around and did exactly what he needed, that he kept his teammates alive. So wasn't just thinking about himself and the damage he could do, but more how to keep himself safe and his teammates alive. But I mean more like the high damage games, because you see a larger and larger gap between general player base and the super unicorns. Super unicorns are the ones that we will see in a lot of the gameplay with the tournaments that we will have lined up. No, the replays for the tournament streams cannot be submitted through email. I only use them, those that are posted on my server. And to give the room invite will be up in a few minutes. I'm not going to show you another replay. I'm going to be talking. I do have a 2 competitions going on right now. A tier 10 toon damage one, where your damage together with your teammates' damage gives you a score, and the highest score wins the tier 8 tech tree prem tank. I say tech tree prem tank, that means that it's not one of the super special that is not always for sale, but still there's nice tanks in there, and it's always nice to win something free, isn't it? And I also have a assisted damage competition going on that is not limited to tier 10 but to any tier. Basically the highest assisted damage will win a tier 8 tech tree prem as well. There's more prizes than that, but those are the main prizes, so just so you know. And I like that they're actually talking in the chat about stuff I've talked about in the last game, so you will see that. Well, you will hear that. That is because of all the delay. Let's see if we have a... We have Legion against Czech Predators next. Of the others, we have Phoenix versus DWF, the German Legion versus Jeep, and FBI's versus Lego. It's LE-Go, but I'm just gonna say Lego. So, let's see. Please, please, please keep in mind that whole delay thing that I talked about, because I respond to your messages of 5 minutes ago, so to speak. Which is annoying as can be, but there's no helping it because I want to keep everything fair. So, we just need to wait a few more minutes before the room invite is up, which should be like in the next minute or so. And then we get to see the second match, which probably will be slightly more serious than the one that we've seen so far. Because we are talking about near 60% versus Legion now. So that is definitely very different from around 45%. So it should be fun. Let's actually go back and have a quick look because... Oh yeah, we are going to go to New Bay first. Again, best of 3, so the first team that wins 2 matches is through to the next round. And whoever is through from this round will get a ticket for Saturday. And we'll see. So we at least have 3 matchups left to go, including the one that we're gonna get now. So it should be fun. There we go. Tournament room is up. I'm the first one there. I know, by the way, that the Wargaming logo thingy blocks the time. This is actually a OBS wrap that was given to me by Wargaming because they did not like the pink bubbly one that I was using, which I, to be fair, can understand. I like to take things not too seriously. So now I use this one for all the official-ish streams. Actually, I quite use it for most streams because it's actually quite nice. It's nice and relaxing, but still a little bit graphical and not too boring. So, now we just wait. Check Predators is all there. Object 3 is now joined by Nick and Angie, Firstborn, Eggy, and Don Vado. And there we go. Ventium has made it as well. Dakudas in the middle. And when we start on New Bay, this is actually a map that I've not seen. I don't think we've had it in the last tournaments. It is a very tricky map in my opinion, mainly because of the fact that it's it feels very, very small. You have of course the big ramps, and then you have the park with the base on each side. And I think this is a map for heavies, super heavies, and maybe a spotter or a guy that can quickly run around and cap a base if need be. But we'll see. I will actually pull out the New Bay map because we haven't seen it much before. God, that is small. Let me just fix that. That looks better. Like I said, 3 bases, 2 bases around the park. The base in the middle there with the flag is not in this game mode. And we have base A in the harbor. This is a map I'm not entirely a fan of. There are some nice positions, but in my opinion it is too small. So I'm not that big a fan of it. I'm just going to make sure that the map is off the screen so that it's not going to be blocking your view. I have done it in the past and I kind of want to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So, 2.5 minutes left to go before we go into the match. And we see the Czech Predators that are taking a Scala of IS-4s. A Spaghetti in IS-7 and T-62A. IS-4, of course, a good tank overall. It's sort of like a jack of all trades when it comes to tournaments, that is. Because it does have the troll armor. It is not as slow as some other tanks. It does have a nice little bouncy turret and... it has a nice gun. It has, of course, Russian accuracy, but overall it is a nice gun. I like the IS-4. So, we're just gonna see how this will go in under 2 minutes now. 1 minute and 40 seconds. We just need to be patient a little bit. This is the boring part, because I can't really show you anything else. And there's not all that much to talk about at this stage of the game. Of the tournament, I should say. But overall, we are seeing some heavies appear on Legion's lineup as well. Some IS-4s. This is a heavy map. Heavies perform well here, and IS-4 is mobile enough to get around. Same with the E5. I honestly adore the E5, but I loved it a lot more when it still had the cupola on top. I did a lot better in it then than I do now, to be fair. Which is, yeah. It's because people no longer aim for the cupola, so they don't longer auto bounce on it when they shoot it, because it's so bouncy. It was so troll. So, Legion seems about ready with a 268, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, an E100, and potentially E140. Because I do agree with that. It is good to have at least one fast-ish tank to get around places and make swift changes and tactical decisions if you need it. But overall, I do think we will see most action probably around... Oof, that is close with 20... Well, actually 20 seconds left to go. So one IS-4 out and we go for 2 140s. 140, of course, brawlers, so it will work well in a city escape. And here we go, countdown clock has started. I do expect that we will see action around base B and C and not so much around base A. Unless for early cap. And let's see... I'm always afraid when I see that loading screen that and it goes back to the garage kind of thing that I forgot to ready up or something. So it's always a relief when that is not the case. Lovely pink donut. I still need to find the camera. There is apparently an Easter egg where a camera is webbed against a place somewhere because it's not a Spider-Man spoof. There's also Ninja Turtles Easter egg here where you can see a pizza and a manhole cover that is slightly ajar. And let's go up and away and see what's gonna go happen. They are not capping the base. They are holding, but we have to check predators. There are, oof, oh my god, buildings. Czech predators are pushing here. Straight into some Legion line. Angie, rotating. So far, only one shot penned. We saw a lot flying. And they are focusing the Czech egg. And there he goes. Oof, Angie in trouble. Literally surrounded by tanks, but he is basically literally blocking them. To make sure that even though he dies, he will have done his part. And Czech Predators lost literally 2 guns trying to take out Angie. Eggy now on his own. We have Legion arriving. There goes impronounceable name. The spaghetti is there. We have Daukidas arriving at the back. I'm focusing on Eggy here because he's being rushed. But you see the teammates arriving. Those misses though. Eggy is not going to survive this. But still, Legion will have the gun advantage and they definitely have a skill advantage. Object 3 is being eaten alive. But there goes another gun from the Czech Predators. And another one. And Object 3 is still alive. And he is still alive. And now we only have one lone Iris for Yarda left. He's being tracked. And Object 3 is still alive. This is something... This shouldn't have happened. But this is the skill of the Legion. They flanked around, got around the back of them again. Have to give the Czech Predators massive kudos for being so ballsy, because they went quite well with the way they did. But Angie, being the player that he is, he did the lowest amount of damage, but he soaked up so much damage. Again, a very short battle, only 2 minutes long. And that is just... I love it. And I think that in order... that Czech Predators might have had the right idea with pushing as they did, but they pushed like half. Their team was divided. And even though Legion has complete other plans and wasn't near Angie and Aggie, they could soak up. They were in a position where they could turn around and soak up the damage for as long as they did, which gave Legion the possibility to regroup and basically to get away with it. With the fact that they left some of their teammates sort of alone-ish. And we see now that Legion has readied up in a 268, 3 E5s, an IS-4 and 2 140s, apparently choosing the E5 over the IS-4 here. And we see that Czech Predators has gone for 4 IS-4s, an IS-7, a Spaghetti and a 140. So half a minute left before we get to see the second matchup in this, the second game in this matchup. And we'll see how it goes. Stream health looks good. Everything looks exactly as it should be. So that is hopeful for the rest of the tournament season. I always like it when my tech actually agrees with me. But I do love my gaming laptop, which I actually picked so I could stream more properly. So here we go. 5 seconds. We're all ready. We're going to go into the second matchup on New Bay. And to be fair, the last match also pointed out for me all that is wrong with New Bay. It is a very, very small map. On a larger map, that push from Czech Predators might have had a much more epic effect if most of Legion was the other way, had gone the other way. So let's see. Lots of different camos going on. There's my T-22 that's going to be blown up in now. And a Legion not focusing on... Okay, most of the team is heading through the middle. And buildings, seriously. That is going to be annoying to stream because you get stuck against buildings as a streamer. We see the Spaghetti and 140 capping. We see the rest of the Czech Predators going the other way, having been spotted going up. Legion having been spotted as well. First shot has been fired. Base B has been capped. Legion a little bit more spread out. The mats from the Czech Predators are retreating, going back to their teams. And we see that Legion is cutting through the city with Dakudas and Whoops to probably meet them. Here we go. Let's see some mad action here. With the Spaghetti, nice little bounce on him, on Dakudas there. And they kind of have to be careful. Dakudas, I'm not sure why the Spaghetti is. Well, he's actually probably waiting to reload the clip. And there he goes. And now we have a corpse. We see tanks vanishing left and right. Action on the other side as well. But I just want to show you this. I like how Dakudas is using the corpse of the Spaghetti. Angie has been lost, but there goes the 140, there goes the IS-4, well, one of them. And now they're sort of stuck in a cluster. They can get shot from every direction here. And we have Whoops coming up and over. Euphoria of Death is probably going to have his own Euphoria in very soon. Whoops basically distracting him, not caring if he dies, because at this stage there's no way Legion is gonna lose this. And the IS-4 is too slow with the turret turning. Nick might actually survive this. That bounce! He bounced on his butt! Did you see that? And there he goes. And that's the second game gone to Legion. Again, ballsy move by Czech Predators. But they kind of did the same thing that they did last game. And this time, Legion was completely prepared. And NG is the only one that died. On Legion's team dies. So that is the second match that we had. The next game should be in about 20 minutes probably. Let's have a look. Let's actually look how Souls is doing. Ah, they're through with flying colors as well. Didn't really expect anything else there. Immo still going. There are so many good clans out there right now. Let's have a look. I want to check raid, of course. I would expect, depending on where they are in the bracket, because I can't see that here, I would expect a raid win finals here. this is not really a very known group. And then we have more Immors. They're gonna go up against Corpi. But I don't expect... I think that they will be through to the finals as well. I like that there's so many clans that actually registered. Loka, how are you doing? Of course, through to the next round. I'm going to have to ask Nick later what the whole... Well, I think the E5 probably has the upper hand now because of the whole consumables that it has as well. Which the E6 does not have. But still, let's go on. It's so... There we go, there's Legion. 8:04, we're going to Mayan Ruins. So we have about 20 minutes left. And I'll show you another fun replay. Let's see what am I in the mood for. We've already shown... Do I actually have an E5 ace? That would be fun. No, doesn't look like it. Do have an I7 something. But I think I will show you a Hori game. I've actually no idea what it's like right now. I only tested it and not allowed to say how it was then. But we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Not the legendary camo. That's the tier 9, not the tier 10, so that makes sense. So this is a tank I've not driven at all. I'm not sure how many I've seen in the game. They seem to have like a little bit of troll armor, the tanks that I've met so far. But overall, they don't seem all that special. He is trying to outrun the E75. He would do that, but the E75 is actually wanted to go in a different direction. I don't think he's purposely trying to block the Hori, but still. Let's see. This is the downside of getting replays for this map. Because you will get a lot of people that are going to go to a position like this and stay there for the whole game. So I'm really hoping that that is not the case here. Come on, IS-8. Show yourself. No one's capping any bases yet. IS-7 is moving. Nice little derpy shot there. That IS-8 does not have the best aiming. I kinda want to hurry, but at the same time I do not. I'm a slow grinder. I absolutely hate grinding. I would free speak everything if I could. But in this case I generally do not have the option to do that. Use promo, there you go. Nice. But I'm a very slow grinder and I absolutely hate grinding. So I generally tend to take literally ages to basically grind anything. I've been grinding the Death Star for literal ages. And I'm grinding the shit barn. And I'm actually looking forwards to having that. So that goes to show it's taking me since until now to actually grind that thing. That Jaeger, I'm not sure what he's doing. But this is kind of what I meant with gameplay on this map. Because a lot of people go to that bush and do absolutely nothing else. And that doesn't make the game less epic. I mean, he's doing really good. Getting nice shots in and everything. And he's not necessarily staying in the place all that long without getting shots. But at the same time, it's just not that interesting gameplay when you look at it like that. Like, literally like this. And let's see. No, he's actually not going to cap the base. He's going to go to get that IS-7, I believe. No, my Discord server has a lot of channels, but you need to wait for me to give you a role, and I will not do that while I'm streaming, so you'll just have to be patient. With regards to the players not being able to spectate, that is apparently where one of the bugs was at, so Wargaming has disallowed spectating until they fix the bug. And they have no idea when to fix it, but for the next couple of weeks, so I would not expect any spectating during the whole Ascent tournament. This Science 7 has gone AFK, looks in it. There we go. He is... Oh, that was a nice miss. He is technically a one-shot for the Jaeger, so he has to be a little bit careful here. At the same time, he looks very, very hungry for damage here. Nice little bounce. 263 can't really go anywhere else. Oof, that bounce though. That was the gunman. Just HE him. Oh, that works. There you go. Lovely game, 5.2k damage. A little bit boring-ish in gameplay to see, but definitely very effective. You can't deny that. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference. So that is another game. And let's see what else I have for you. I can show you another one before we need to get ready for the room. Let's see. What have I got? I tried to sort of like do the whole EU gameplay on EU streams and all of that. I will probably end up showing some games double if they're epic enough. Let's have a look. So many tanks to choose from. This is basically, you know that they call it choose stress. It's an actual thing where people can't get stressed from not being able to decide. And this is kind of that same kind of thing. We already had a canal match, so I'm not gonna do that. Let's actually have a fun little game in a tank that is highly, highly underappreciated, and with good reason, to be fair. The T23E3, without the legendary camo, it is not one of the best tanks around. It's not even one of the good tanks around. But it can be fun. It's all dependent very much on who you meet and how good they can shoot. So let's see where he's gonna go. He's not even trying to get the base. I always tell him to get bases. Oh, he is like in the spot where he can sort of catch anyone coming here. But they don't seem to be playing that. So he's telling his team to cap base C. One of his teammates could potentially be listening, but we don't know for sure. Because after all, this is Blitz, and what people should do and what they do are often very different things. Nice little shot into that guy. There we go. Now, there's a reason I do not call this camping. Because he basically drove here to spot. And the fact that now he has plenty of... Well, if he would pen them. But he has plenty of shots to take here. Ooh, he just needs to take a little bit more care because he's moving so much. And his team is steadily losing HP. So he has to be a bit careful there. They don't seem to be focused on him much though. Nice little double tap with his teammate. And that will be the end of the Panther M10. But they do need to move in, take out these guns. And he's actually staying in the desert, whereas the TD is moving forwards. That is saying something as well. And there goes the nice little bounce there. Thing is that now he can't really peek out as long as he's spotted. T29 is in a good position. They have 2 bases, but the green team has a gun wall. IS could do some very big booms, so they have to be careful with that. But the IS is not giving Fufu his attention, so that's a good thing. I'm not sure what the IS is doing. Oh, he's missing. That is helpful. Because the IS can do very big booms. You need to start circling, Fufu. I don't know why you're not doing that. There you go. That's better. Especially if you get a track shot in like that. That's nice. Now he's turning through the other way around again. Ooh, that is gonna hurt. Oh, not even. That is not a very big boom. And then he shot the tracks. It's a very difficult, but this is mainly what I mean. This tank is not good, it's not great, it just is. So they kind of need to take these guys out. He is behind the building. They both are. And I kind of need to sort of pincer them and see what they can do about it. Then you do have a gun advantage. And the T29 just fired, so that's a good thing. Wait, am I reading it right? Did Brian shave? Wait, what? I will need to check his stream. No, I should have switched to Primo. There you go. 3 kills, 3.3k damage. Nice little game. No bases kept, only kill points. It's just one of those tanks that I like it with the legendary camo because it kind of looks cute. Then it's an Independence Day camo and I'm a nerd for aliens, so yeah. Actually, I can close that one. I'm just closing some apps because that makes it a lot easier to to keep track of everything and keep my my whole laptop as good as possible. In the meantime, hello everyone that is tuning in. I'm sorry we have to wait a little bit before the room is up. That is actually in 6 minutes, so I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna show you another replay. I'm just gonna hope that it's a fast game, because I can't actually see that beforehand. And we are going to go to watch a raid. The one Mo been in RTK since forever. That is where he got this camera. I love this camera. It looks so good. Same map though, but we're gonna see what happens. It's not supremacy, so there's no base pressure, just player pressure. Let's see how this is gonna go. They want to go right, Mo does not. But he might go find himself a little bit of a bush to camp in. So basically what we do now is wait for the tournament room to be up. Which is why I'm showing you replays in between, because I can't play PC to save my life and it would be absolutely awful to watch me play that. So we're just gonna avoid doing that. I'm showing you OP replays instead, which is generally a lot more fun to watch. This is a tank. I've not played it much. I've had, I think only one game in it. Got a first class for it. Oof. Nice little bounce, even though all track shot that is. And I like how he's not using his kit to fix it, because he has the time to wait. He did lose a little bit of health to the bat chat, but still. Okay, just to explain, I have a press account. Press account means that it's account that is loaded with free speaker ads and gold and all of that. It definitely needs reloading, because I've been using it to get new tanks and everything. But basically it's to make promotional stuff, so it's not meant as an actual gaming account. My own account looks very different. But basically, this is a Wargames account. You can't find the stats of this. That is one reason that I use it to stream. Because you can't look it up, you can't message it and all of that. So it's very peaceful to stream from my press account. Oh, and Fufu just said about the T23 E3 that a lot of players underestimate you. And that is definitely true. Oh, that was brutal. This tank I actually wanted, but again, I'm a lazy grinder. But the game that I've had in it was a lot of fun. It is a troll tank. It does do big booms. And Mo is being very careful in his gaming. This is if he shoots through the ladder, that's going to be fun. Nice. But you see, it is a little bit troll. It's not like a lot troll, but it is a little bit troll. And that's what I like about this tank. It has potential. Oh, there's an IS-7. The waffle just got murdered. You can't shoot him. But you can definitely shoot the IS-7. And in this case, he's not going to go for the 1 HP kill. He's going to go for the damage. He just needs to be a little bit careful that the Badger doesn't get behind him. And again, staying safe. The Badger is very, very careful with his 1 HP. Which of course makes... Who just did 2 HP damage to a Badger? What the hell? Ooh, there's another one. Mo taking the time to aim before he actually shoots. That's always a good call. It is 7 versus 3. We are 5k damage in. Mo is looking plenty healthy. Oh, nice one. We are nearly 6k damage in. Now I just need to be... Oh, there you go. That's Leo gun. That's gonna be the AMX gun. He doesn't even need to use HE for that. Okay, this is nice. A lot of people are like very careful, but in this stage it doesn't matter. He can die and they will still win, but you can take a shot. It's the same thing as I never understand people that get shot and then they pull back. Well, the guy that shot you is literally reloading. Look at the donuts, oh my god. The guy that shot you is literally reloading, which means that you have time to get your own shot in. So this is actually nice. In about 1 minute the room should be up. And then we get to see the next matchup. Let's actually see who we are up against. We are up against Phoenix. With an F and a 1. High 60, well 60%ers from low to high. Should be fun. And what map we're going to go to main rooms. And in the other side of the group, we have the German Legion versus FBI. So I think I was pretty close with my... There we go. There's a room invite. I think I was pretty close with my Legion versus FBI finals. But at least these guys have all got a ticket to Saturday. So they will definitely make it there. So yeah, now we just have to wait 4.5 minutes before we actually go into the battle. But yeah, press accounts are not used, or are not meant for regular playing accounts. This is not like, I'm gonna grind some hours into the game and I'm gonna play on this. No, I do that on my own account. Because a press account is wargaming, so they can take it away at any point in time that they wish to. And so basically nothing on this account is mine. That's also why you never buy stuff on this account. Basically, Wargaming will load it in when I request. My own account has plenty of stuff anyway, so that's all good. Again, by the way, for those tuning in, hello. If you want to join my server, there's a link in the Discord. Well, there's a link in the video description to my Discord. You can also submit replays there if you want me to show them off on stream. Only Ace Games tier 7 and higher at this time. Mainly because, well, I know that a lot of the people that are watching are more looking at the OP games in high tiers and think that low tiers are less good in every which way. So that is why I'm gonna go for tier 7 and to 10 for the Ace game replays that I will show off on stream. There are plenty of streams planned, so definitely stick around. And if you are not looking to follow the teams that I'm streaming, they will differ. To be fair, I'm not going to be following one clan alone this time around. But yeah, basically I will be streaming. Brian, Rolling Swarm, is also streaming. He's currently streaming Vale's group. And basically keep track of both of us and just go for the games that you find the most interesting, that you enjoy the most to watch. Yeah, not much else I can say. We have 2.5 minutes left. Legion is completely ready for main rooms. And Phoenix now also looks heavy, taking some of the super heavies there. E100 seems to have definitely gotten a boost in playability since it had the HP buff. I think it might have made it just that bit, a little bit better that people were looking for. But we see a lot more mobility on Legion's side with the E5 and 3 IS4s, a 113, an IS7 and a Sherry, versus the E3, the T22 and the IS4, 2 E100s, a Mouse and 113. Now the 113 is one of those sort of heavium kind of tanks. It's not particularly fast, it's not particularly armored, but it's a little bit of both, and that's generally the kind of tank that I really enjoy playing. I still need to grind that too. I'm actually, with the event coming on, I might be able to get some grinding done, we'll see. But there are so many tanks I still miss on my main account. So 1.5 minutes left, then we go to main runes. I think that we're going to see most action between B and C, probably. Whereas I expect Phoenix will go to base A a lot more. But it kind of depends on where Legion is going with this lineup, because they have the mobility, so they should be stronger at C and then Phoenix. At the same time, they might not want to let Phoenix get away with too much. It's kind of weird to see this, by the way, because my old clan, Phoenix, which was PHOENIX, is also pronounced Phoenix. So that's, and it was kind of like a big versus thing, like with drama and everything in the past. So it's actually really weird to be talking about Legion versus Phoenix right now. But yeah, all's good now. I'm in a different clan. And the drama is long since past. And I just get to enjoy the epic gameplay of very epic players. 20 seconds, I am ready. There's nothing weird on the stream, so no map left stuck or whatever. And here we go, 10 seconds. I think, yeah, Phoenix definitely has to focus on the A and B side with this. But I wonder if Legion is going to get away with perhaps a quick cap on base B in the middle. Because it can take some time before the heavies get there. So let's see how that will go. Legion focusing. Well, object 3 is going to go to A. Well, no, he's waiting there. We have the rest of Legion going more towards the middle. The Sherry going up to C. No one is there. He can cap it at his leisure. Radicos going more towards the middle, overlooking and guarding base B. As expected, we see that Phoenix is focusing on the A side. And this is actually where I like the position that Object 3 is in, because he is relatively protected there. They can rush him, but it can cost him a heck lot, especially with those guys in the middle to do so. Legion has the point advantage. We see some HP being bled. The E3 not in a good position there, getting shot. No one going for base B, but they don't need to, because at this stage Phoenix will have to make a move. There we go. This is exactly what I meant with his position. This is a lovely position for an e5 to be in. Because you have the troll hull. The 113 pushing through. Object 3 careful. They know he's there now. Blind shot happening. So he also knows there's enemies there. We have Whoops backing up Radicals. So that they can't really focus anyone. The E3 getting eating alive a little bit more. Let's see if we can get around a bit more. I try, he's now pulling back into safety. I try not to zoom in too much because I can actually follow the players more like this and everything, but I like showing more of what's going on. Don having been spotted, Whoops as well. We have some potential action going on here. Nice little... Oh god, what am I... Tree, okay. I was stuck against the tree, that is so awesome. Sarni having also lost HP, Whoops losing a little bit there. The 113 in a precarious position. Object 3 not in that best position right now himself. And bounce on the 113. We see the E3 now getting rushed. No, this is not the one that I want. Sorry, I'm always a little bit confused. I'm gonna go here and we're gonna see what happens. He's shooting the 113 in the bum. The E3 has been taken out. And we see Xarni now also gone. We have a part of Legion that is holding and a part of Legion that is rushing. The T-22 now focusing. Oh, Dakudas is gone. The big guns are heading towards Angie and Aggie. But we see the rest of Legion. Don casually driving by the E-100s. Whereas Object 3 is taking out the T-22. And Angie and Aggie are holding together. He's not gonna... Oh, no, he is. That track... His tracks absorbed that one. Or he shot the ground. Because the other E-100 pushed Aggie out of the way. But that was... Wow. And now we only have the mouse left. Who is face-hugging Whoops. They kind of just left Whoops on his own. But with this amount of health that he has left, I'm not too worried. Whoops is taking the distance so he can aim properly. And there we go. And with 1k points exactly, Whoops finishes off the last guy. And that is the first matchup. But this is actually the first game that has been a lot longer. Let's see. Just looking at my camera controls a little bit. But yeah, nearly 4 minutes. That's almost double the time that we've had so far. That's saying something. So let's ready it up. We go to the second match on main runes, but we gotta go to the other side. We just have to see what happens in 1 minute and 17 seconds. Legion completely ready with a very different lineup with 2 AMX-3Bs, an E100, a 113 IS-4, IS-7 and a Sherry. Versus 2 E100s, a Mouse, a Death Star, 2 IS-4s and a Batjet. And I think I can bet that the Death Star will be in the same spot that Object 3 was in the E5. Because that is basically the spot to be in for Death Star, and they have to be careful. Well, Legion has to be careful with going to A. But again, with a lineup like this, I don't expect him to go A. I expect him to hold B and C. Not necessarily cap B. You don't need to cap bases in Supremacy. You just need to make sure that the enemy does not cap them. So let's see what's gonna happen in 30 seconds. We get to see the second matchup of this best of 3. And it should be fun. I'm really enjoying this. The gameplay is fun. It's not too serious yet, and I like that as well. But it's turning more serious as we get more proper enemies. Because that first team, oh my god, I felt so bad for them. Like, pity bad. Really sad. But here we go. Second matchup versus Phoenix. I think this is also where the player skills are starting to show. Like, of course they always show, but you know what I mean. It's more the At some point, it matters less what tank you have if you have the skill. So you can get away with an Ice 4 versus an E100 or a Mouse win your nick. Because let's just face it, these guys are really great players. They've been around forever in the competitive scene. And with good reason. Oh, no, he's not going to the Object 3 spot, but they are all going towards base A. The Batchat. God. Oh, I hate this building stuff. We have the Batchat crossing over, getting away with it. Base B is being capped. We have an E100 losing a little bit of HP. I'm gonna take you to the middle, where NG is capping. NG and Aggie are like a winning team here. They generally stick here. That star is almost gone. He's like very low on HP. The Batchat losing a little bit of HP, crossing back over, but both teams have a base now, and we see that the Sherry Nick is capping base C. So that will give Legion a definite advantage in points, which they already have in HP. NG and Aggie holding the line here. We have Tarex immediately paying for. Dom losing a little bit of HP as well. But Tarex immediately paying for that one shot. We have Shanu that is now spotted. And this is what I love. Regardless of whether or not he's sniper moding, you can see him react immediately to that spot, and he will have seen it on the minimap. And I kind of want to show you everything. I literally can't. But we have NG and Egging holding the middle here. There goes the DS. He is gone. The Batchat has pulled back. The Mouse is soaking up damage as he should. The 113 slightly less armor, so he has to be a bit more careful, but he still bounces. We have Dakudas arriving at the back. Going to clip an IS-4. He just needs to be careful because now they're turning on him, literally. But this is the thing, if you, mid-battle, start driving into your teammates, blocking them, Dakudas now reloading his clip while Legion capitalizes on Voyni and Dominic turning around. There goes impronounceable name. We have NG and Radicals ignoring Matikota to take care of Terax. And we have some low HP targets on Legion's side as well, but they're not being taken out, and that's the biggest difference. Eggy is still alive, and they've... Oh, no, never mind. I didn't say anything. And we see that the game is over because we hit 1k points because Legion had that advantage. But I like that despite having that advantage, they also made the push. Because they just wanted to go in for it. So we have players surviving, but look at this. Nearly double the damage on one side versus the other side. 3 minutes game. So that is the second match of this matchup, and Legion is through to the finals, and let's see if we know a result for the other guys yet. No, we don't. Oh, no, we don't yet. It actually, I'm using the Blitz Assistant app to check the bracket, and it's actually very, very fast in uploading the scores now, so that's actually quite nice. But you don't actually see the score, but you see who's through. That's more what I mean. So let's see, when is the next match up? I would love it if you could like select a group here rather than having to scroll the whole thing. So we have Souls and Kraken S and Imo here. Well, more teams, but yeah. Let's see. Raid and Winsk. I still expect the finals there. Imo probably going to go through. Not sure who else there. Hapki and Loka probably. If Hapki is back to their old shape. No idea who here. Henkel maybe. Vil and Souls I expect in this group. And of course FBI versus Legion in this one. And let's go because we have another one. EG I've heard from multiple people is on fire. So I'm actually hoping that I get to show them off at some point as well. Because that's going to be epic. But I think, I'm not sure who they would be up against here. But I think they will have gone through with blazing, guns blazing. And so far that definitely looks it, and it's up against WW. I think that's it. No, we have a group 9 as well, and that will be probably Appa versus Pink. I will check the scores later on. We're just gonna go back to Legion's group because I hate the scrolling. It would be so nice to just select a group, especially when you're down low in the count. We're going to go back to Castilla. Castilla is actually my least favorite map because it tends to lead to a lot of stalemate gaming and it just makes it boring to watch. But it will depend on who gets the early cap advantage, and in this case I don't expect the gameplay to be super serious. Both teams will want to win because they want to win, but we will not see, in Dutch you would say, the back of their teeth, so they're not going to be showing all their cards basically. Hello everyone who's tuning in, by the way. I'm going to be showing you another replay or two. We have 20 minutes left, so that means I can show you at least 2 games. And we'll see how that will go. Let's see, what do I have for you that is fun to watch. I know I think he's actually watching, so I'm gonna show off, you know, in the Batchat AP. This, to be fair, is one of my favorite tanks in the game. There are days, it kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for, but there are days that I prefer this tank over the Batchat. And I actually really, really like it. I use the other gun, I use the 4-shell clip gun. Because it has better pen, and I'd rather have more pen and a little bit less DPM than the other way around, because I prefer getting to basically getting to pen people. That's also why I use calibrated on every single tank, and that it pretty much, if you are more certain to pen, you need to take less risk to pen people. It is a lot safer to peek out, because you need to peek out for less long and less completely in order to get your shots in. Let's see. This is not the way that I would play the Batchat AP. I would be like well before where that IS-4 is, but now Yono is moving, so I'm happy with that. Is the Leo telling himself to go back? No, he's telling another Leo to go back. We have the Conway over there. God, that T-62 there are very evil. Nice little tracking shot there. He is taking shot. This is what I mean. Even though he got shot, he's not pulling back. And that is the... Ooh, you're showing yourself. Nice save. That is the way to do it, because if you've shot, that means that the enemy is reloading, which means that you can get your shots in safety. So let's see, he's being very careful, and he kind of needs to be. I would actually love, I always orientate myself with the little icon that you see in snipe mode at the bottom, but it would be nice if that icon was more related to the shape of your tank. Like in this case, the icon that you see does not match the Batchat at all. And I'm not saying like an exact miniature, but if you had like a rear mounted turret, it works differently. Let's see. He's being very careful. And yes, he has very little armor, but he could be a lot more aggressive with this. Leo coming in. Leo getting shot. Leo getting deleted. That's one way to do it. Also, I'm not anxious. I'm more like excited. Because it's been a very long time since I streamed tournaments and I'm actually really enjoying it. And with my not enjoying the game as much as usual, I didn't know if I would actually enjoy it. So I'm kind of glad that I do. So here we go. It's 5 versus 4. They have 2 bases, so they should have the upper hand by far. We have a DS here. Nice tracking shot. That can mean that he can easily clip him if, well, he didn't adjust for that. But he does get a clip in. And now the hammer is in trouble. I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. I'm not sure what happened there either. There you go. And now he's reloaded his clip. Nice little tracking shot. See if you can keep that up, because he's getting some nice assisted damage there as well. Oh, lost some very low damage so far, but he's gotten some nice assisted damage. And he's reloading. And you hear the other guy missing him. Shooting the snow instead. There's still an enemy left. Yono, your game is not over yet. Yono. Oh. Let's see if we can get some nice little shots in again. A little bit of assisted damage with that. And there we go. And there we go. 4k damage into it. He could have been a lot more proactive, but it definitely worked out for him. So I can't really blame him. Oh, you even got a little avatar thing with that. And a nice chunk of ratings. Well played. Nice game. And look at that. Nearly 3k assisted damage. Kinda hope he will submit that to the competition that I have going on. So let's see. Seeing a lot of well, not trolling necessarily, but sort of trolling banter in the chat. Let's see, when did I say that the next match was? Just gonna pick the first one. 36. So that means I can show you another replay. Let's see, what else have we got? No, I think it's fitting to show this one. Considering we're seeing this clan and Firstborn is in the team and all. Oh my god. Ollie, the bolt carrier, has a real thing with this camo. For me, I know it's a cat with antlers, but for me it just looks like that weird flesh-eating plant from Super Mario. I can't see it any other way, because at a distance like this, it looks more like that to me than a cat. But yeah, he really loves this camo. It's not supremacy, so there's no base capping here. We have Firstborn taking a very forwards position. Ollie now joining. First shot having been taken. First damage having been done. And this is a pretty good position to be in, only there's... I was gonna say there's no target, but now there was. See, the Horis are pretty well armored, pretty troll armored. There's always places you can shoot them, but it doesn't work reliably. This is some... Ooh, they should have been a bit more patient. That's something that I love. People that are aware of their surroundings enough to shoot through cover. Because you know, if you have the patience, you can make a shot like that. Team is in a little bit of trouble. We have Firstborn flanking around. Nice shot there. Ooh, you can shoot him there, I think. There you go. teammates disappearing left and right. It's 4 versus 7. That's not necessarily the healthiest way to play. But luckily... Oh, he just got that shot in. This IS-8 is not the brightest bulb in the bunch. This is also something. If you know for sure that your promo shot will kill him off, just take that... do it. Use the promo. Lose the credits. It doesn't matter. You're gonna win more credits if you win than if you lose. Nice little double tap there. And now they need to be very careful because they're alone versus 5. They're in relatively good positions. Especially if they work together. They just need to be careful. Ooh, there's someone behind there as well. Let's see. How did that miss though? That is something that was weird. First one having taken another position, which is a good thing. There he goes. That's one out of the way. Bolt bouncing like a pro. I love games like this where you have a teammate that is on either side of you and you can just work it out between you two. Let's see. They kind of need to take the guns out. There you go. That's another one. I like the reactions of... That is one way to YOLO and sacrifice yourself. Even though it's probably not the way you want it to go, but still. But now they've already worked their way down from 5 to just 2. 5 to just 1. He's 5k damage in, but without Firstborn he definitely wouldn't have made this, because this is what I meant with you just having the... It's sort of teammate kind of thing. I just love games like that. And boom! It's a res as well. That is wow. These are the games that I like YouTubing for. Like the epic way of working together. I actually would have loved to have Firstborn's replay for this as well. Because the way that he literally works around Bolt to get the shots in, to be in the vital positions that Bolt needs him to be in. And that just working. And leaving all the kills for Bolt as well. That is amazing. Love it. Well, the room invite should be up in 2 minutes, so I'm not going to show you another replay. I always want to make sure that I don't miss a room invite just to be safe. So I always take care of stuff like that. So then we get to see the last matchup of this evening, which is Legion versus... Just gonna check, but I'm pretty sure we know. Versus FBI. Imagine that! But yeah, that's definitely gonna be cool to see, because FBI, stats-wise, they are... well, less than is not the right word, but stats-wise they're less than Legion. At the same time, FBI has been around for a long time as well, and they have been very competitive as well. So this is sort of like the matchup as I expect them more at Saturday, and maybe even in the professionals later. Only the professionals will be even more certain. So, yeah. But just because we're bored now and I need to... This is... My press account is everything. Or almost everything. So I still need a 263. That is something that I'm grinding. I do have the rest of the tier 10s here. Here I still need the pattern. The rest I have. I still need the VK. I have the rest. Actually, I have more than I thought. This is a line that I've pretty much, well, a tech tree that I've pretty much neglected. Just gonna check for sure. There you go. I have the 215B. And it's a tank that I basically, I free XP'd the very first tournament season. Like when it was my Phoenix versus Legion. But I free XP'd it to have it for Clan Wars. And I was not confident enough to play in it. Because rear mounted turrets and I don't necessarily get along. And there you go. So that was a bit of an issue at the time, because I was like so insecure and all of that. I couldn't play that tank. It took me like half a year to get confident in it. Not that I played it that much, because I didn't like it and I didn't do good in it. I wouldn't play it that much. That's kind of makes sense, right? So and there we go, just a little bit on the thing on YouTube. That's the word I was looking for. So we have 4 minutes left before we go into the final matchup of this evening, which is the finals for this Ascent tournament. And plenty of time left. We see FBI steadily getting ready. Radko's the only one on Legion's side yet, but they will all be there. But yeah, like now, what happens now isn't really of any importance. I think there will be a slight difference in the amount of cups that they get, but the real cups can be earned on Saturday, so that's the important part. And so that is what I meant with clans not showing all their cards yet, because they really don't need to. So now we just wait. We have 3 minutes left before we get to see the match. And this is an interesting lineup. We see an E4 on FBI's side. E4 can be lovely. This is also one of the tanks. It was my 4th tier 10. And I was noob enough that it took me a long time to realize that the turret can't turn the whole way around. And I kept not understanding how people could get behind me, and then I couldn't shoot them anymore. That is how pro I was at the time. But yeah, with regards to the British tanks, to return to that line of conversation, I'm still grinding the ship on because I really want it. I gave up on trying to get the FV, the 1A3, the DS, because that's just painful grind. At some point I will probably free XP it, but right now I'm just not interested in having it. But I do want a shipborn, and I want to put the paintball camera on it because it looks amazing. So here we go, 2 minutes left to go. Legion has rolled on in. And FBI is not completely ready, but will definitely be ready. There's plenty of time left, just under 2 minutes for both teams. And we'll just see what they do, where they go. I mean, we see the double 268s. We have seen it in previous tournament seasons. In previous tournament seasons, Castillo was actually one of Legion's strongest map, and we saw really epic gameplay there. I'm curious if we're going to see a similar tactic now, or they're going to do something else. Some changes happening on FBI's side. Legion almost ready. Just over a minute left to go, and now the lineup seems complete. And we see 2 268s, 3 IS4s, an E5 and a Sherry versus an E100, a 215B, an E4, an STB, a Sherry, a Batchet and an IS4. So 7 different tanks. Actually, it's stupid because it shouldn't make any it doesn't really make any sense or whatever, but I like when there are 7 different tanks. Because it's like, oh, every tank gets showcased, that kind of stuff. Yes, 2 competitions. I just see. Wait, there's toon damage and assist, right? Yeah, 2 competitions. A toon damage competition for tier 10, and an assisted damage competition for every tier. So, 16 seconds left to go before we go into the first battle of this final matchup of this evening, and it's gonna be great fun. And here we go. I expect both of these definitely in the professionals, to be fair. Let's see. I like actually how Kiwi, every time that we actually start the battle, so not necessarily... I'll explain later, Sidrex. Every time we start the battle, Kiwi is like, let's go Legion. And he does it at the game time, not at the time that you see it start on the stream. I like that. So we have Whoops going to the middle, 268 going to the corner, Dakudas and Angie holding the line here. The Batchat going to the middle. No, Whoopsie has been spotted, so they already know that he's there. Shots fired. Whoops immediately going behind, taking a blind shot, but not into any target. And we have Taco in base A. Don losing a little bit of HP. Taco losing a lot of HP. And Whoops heading up to the Citadel to spot and hold. Careful not to get into the line of fire with the big guns. Even though he does not know where they are, but you can kind of expect it. Don has lost a lot of HP. We see Dakudas losing some. As does the Grill. 2 and 5B has been spotted, but Massive and Spitfire actually are still safe. We have Phoenix in the middle taking damage as he drops down. Neither team has a base. Angie pushing up the ramp. More to see who's there than anything else. Taking some damage there. Let's see. Eggy now moving across the water. Oof, nice shot there. Taco now in trouble. Being only a one shot. Let's see if he's gonna be taken out. Whoops could lose a chunk of health doing it. Oh! That was a nice one. Going that fast. Not peeking carefully, and it really worked out because it made him miss his shot. So now Legion has the advantage as long as everyone stays alive. And we see Whoops heading around. Taking a big shot into Finks? Not actually sure. Oh, ow! But Legion still has the advantage. Dakudas has to be careful though, he is very low on HP. And we have of course the E4 back there. The Batchat is bouncing shots. Angie's losing a little bit of HP, but there goes the Batchat. Legion has a 2-gun advantage, but Dakudas has to be very, very careful here. And with no one capping a base, that could be potentially tricky. Base B is now being capped, so that means the Legion has a definite advantage both in base points and kills. And we see the FV here not really able to go anywhere without getting shot, because you can get shot from Dakudas over there, who's now unspotted and safe to get those shots in. Eggy, a little bit cheeky, draw him into the lines of fire. Oof. Massive there, very lucky that he did not get shot. Radicals moving in, taking out the E4. E100 now facing off against the Radicals and Eggy. It's very patient gameplay. This is what I love the derpy stuff as well in tournaments. But I love this because you can see that they were playing it carefully. It's sort of like first that guy and then this guy and then we're gonna move on to that guy. And Spitfire is now gonna be gone. And now we only have Massive left. And there he goes. Dakudas, so low on health for such a long time. Getting that shot in from over there. And taking out the last gun. And look at the damage that he did from there. Like in tournaments, damage is less telling than in regular battles because you're working as a team and it's all about your team getting you the targets. But that is amazing. So 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 3. The second match on Castilla, but swap spawns. Sitrex, just to explain, this is a press account. That means you can't find it. It's if you look up the clan, you can see that it's there, but you can't actually look at the profile. Because that is just how it works, because a lot of people get very toxic if you are testing new tanks that just made it into the game, and they always assume that you've called it your way to them. But as it is press accounts, that is not the case. So we are going to go into the battle in 1 minute for the second matchup. And it's gonna be fun. Like I said, these guys, I definitely expect both of them in the professionals. And then the gameplay is definitely gonna be very epic. Because right now they will take it seriously, but not like super seriously. As for the people that have joined my server, in the meantime, I will give you rules after the stream. Because I'm not gonna look into that when I'm focusing on the tournament gameplay. But this is the last game of the evening, well, the last matchup of this evening, so it shouldn't be too long before I give you a rule. 20 seconds left to go. Legion has readied up in 2-2-6-8, an STB, 3 IS-4s and a Sherry versus a 2-5B, an STB, an E4, an E50M, a Batchat, a 268 and an IS-4. Again, a 7 different tank lineup for FBI. So let's see what is going to happen. And you can see the difference between these two guys meeting and the previous matchup, because not necessarily the previous matchups were good clans as well, but these are like the competitive scene monsters. This is, well, I wouldn't say what they do on a daily basis, but it's sort of what they do on a daily basis. We see Dakudas heading towards the back. He will need to be careful. Eggy wanted to get up but not getting up. Don heading towards the middle, wanting to get that spots in. We have Taco at the back there in the Batchat to spot. The 268s, this is something I love, that lineup. So if they get a target, we will see a lot of HP disappearing overall. Nice shot by Dakudas there. But he needs to be careful because he's pretty much alone there. He has plenty of cover. I mean, those guns are there for a reason. Base C is being kept. And they're gonna get away with that. Which is epic on it. Oh, Don. That was a big hit there. Dakudas needs to be careful here. He kind of needs to keep people spotted. At the same time, he needs to not take any risk doing so. Taco has run off. And Dakudas is still hidden. He has been spotted now, and he's also spotted the STB. And he immediately drops down again to get back in safety. Nice little missile there. Oof. Pretty straight line, but a nice hit all the same. And now we see the E50M arriving, and Dakudas is like, nope, I'm not going to be here anymore. E50M has been spotted. Dakudas over there. Legion now also having cap base B. Very cheekily, I might add. Losing a little bit of HP for it, but they now have a... well, they soon have a point advantage, and they have a base advantage. HP advantage is very close. But we see some rather unhealthy looking targets. Oof, Massive taking some damage there. And this spot where the 268s are, They are relocating, not wanting to give anyone the satisfaction. Overall, the funny thing is that though FBI started very strong in this match, it does seem like... ooh, the Object 268 at the back. There you go. FBI started very strong, but Legion has sort of taken the upper hand. At the same time, when you get a position like this, Angie could potentially be in a lot of trouble. And we see one of the 268s relocating behind him, so that Angie can get the spots in. And then we will see some big hits. Ooh, ow, that looked painful. Dakadas losing HP there. But there goes Yetsabur. I'm probably raping all these names and I'm sorry for that. Nick taking out the 268. We are at 880 points. Legion is not looking all too healthy, but that is fine. As long as they survive, they will very likely have this. Radikos in big trouble. And there he goes. But look at the HP vanishing on FBI's side. Massive. Almost gone. Don needs to be careful because he can... Oof, there we go. And we are at 1k points already. The Batchat arriving, getting some shots in, but it's too late and Legion has won this matchup. That is just... And both of them had a donut. But that's the thing I love. And both teams were doing that this time, where they were like trying to get the enemy team into the line of fire of those people that they know are at the back to support them. Relatively long game for this evening, guys. And that is the end of the gameplay this evening. And let's have a quick look at the chart. Let's see where everyone is. This is still going. Again, I hate the scrolling. It's just so annoying. I'm going to show you another replay. And then we will focus on what is going to happen. On what has happened and who has... Well, we know who has the tickets, but who won this evening. Let's see. What can I show you? Actually kind of curious about this one. Again, a Himmelsdorf game. I dislike Himmelsdorf as a map as well. It's not really my kind of map. So, let's see what he does in Chief. Chieftain is a lovely tank. It's one of my more favorite tanks in the game. Technically behind the paywall because it's a premium. And overall, that's something that I understand Wargame is a company and that they need to make money and all of that, but when you have tournaments, having tanks behind a paywall is not really a good thing, because some people will be sat back by the fact that they can't afford to spend a lot of money on crates when you have like a 5% drop rate and you can spend literally hundreds of euros or whatever currency you use and still not get it. That 268 is like very, very eager to die. At the same time, he didn't lose that much health for it. And this standard B is... I'm not sure why that was a risk that he took. I mean, he's gonna die. Or at least the standard B dies. There he goes. I just needs to make sure the team actually comes with him. And see if he can preserve as much HP as possible. That is the way to do it, bouncing. Nice little shot there, and there goes the spaghetti. Then we have the T-54, but he kind of needs to cap the base. Nice one, especially when T-54 does not move and doesn't even try to get out of the line of fire. And so they have a gun advantage and a point advantage. Equal base caps though. Base Cena being stolen, so they need to be careful about that. So after this I'll go over what has happened in the rest of the groups. Ooh, there's a hammer. And there's an I-7 crossing over. Oof, that is not the way you want to lose a gun. I-7 is not necessarily paying attention to this guy. Nice little fire. And he needs taken out. There we go. 3.5k damage in. It is 4 versus 3. Basis is again equal. IS-7 is being eaten alive. But he needs to be careful not to get clipped. Nice one. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if he's still reloading or just looking for a shot to point to penetrate him. But this will need to bounce or be a low roll. That is one way to handle it. Ooh, that bounce though, that's gonna be costly for the AMX. And that's gonna mean... Oh no, he actually reloaded the whole clip, I think. And a low roll. That is one very lucky chieftain. He just needs to be careful not to get bumped into, because that... that could potentially be his death, like every shot. We are 6k damage into... This is what I mean. There's so many high damage games these days. Absolutely love them, mind. Oh, this is even better. We are at 800 points. Do not bump into the motion, because that is tank is a lot heavier and slow, and it can hurt and it can kill you. 7k damage into it. This is what I mean. Oh my god, you need to be careful. 8k damage into it. Oh my god. Will he also get a top gun? Yes, he will. Wow, what a game. That is just ridiculous. Very well played by Mark Miku. And it wasn't even that long a game, at least it didn't feel long to me. Like just over 4 minutes and 8k damage, that is just nuts. Seriously, I would be worried if someone sighed your socks. Okay, so let's have a look how everyone else is doing in the chart. They are still going. Actually, just let me see if I can... Well, it doesn't show that in the app. Let's see. Raid, of course, taking it home versus BHPP. Wait. Wins got to 3rd place. They did take 3rd place. They do have a ticket, so I'm not too worried about them. But I definitely expect them in the professionals as well. Immo here. Still going. But basically the top 4 of every group here is through to Saturday. And Luca took it home versus Hapki. Let's see, they are also still going. Veil taking it home. Soul's here in 3rd place. Come on, there you go. Well, Legion versus FBI we already know. Let's see what the German Legion did. German Legion took it home. EAG versus WW still going. And then we have APA, which took it home. Pink in 3rd place, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 2-1, but they did win. And that's it. So we know this one. We know that one. We know this one. We know that one as well. We are still waiting for a few matches. Primarily the ones with Immor in it. Let's see if we know yet. No, they're still going. But we know the top 4s of all the groups and where they will end up at. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. Welcome back, everyone. So I'm very glad to have this season again, because with everyone having to stay at home and not having any social life, this sort of gives the semblance of a kind of social life. Anyway, it gives me something to do in the evenings in any case. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for the lovely, lovely gameplay that we had today. And I'll be seeing you guys on Saturday where I will stream Asia, EU and NA. So we'll start at 1 PM CEST and go from there and see what happens and what the Asia scene is looking like. Definitely going to be fun. Again, I don't expect too serious competition at this stage, because there's not that much pressure yet, especially with the ticketed tournaments, well, the non-ticketed tournaments like this, where you earn the ticket for Saturday. They won't be too serious because it's not the most epic players that you meet then. I mean, look at the first team that we met tonight. But on Saturday you get much more proper opponents, and it's going to be a lot more fun because of that. So, thank you all for watching. I'll be seeing you guys Saturday, and I wish you all a very good evening. Bye bye!